And there we go, we should have some audio. Sorry if you're about to go deaf, everybody. You can tell me what the level's like and everything else. Wow, 7 people, that's a bit strange. Come on, somebody tell me they can now hear me. Don't all pretend, because if you're pretending I'll get very upset with you. I know I've got audio because I can see it there. It's there, look. Yay, fantastic. I don't know what the quality's like. I'm just running an old version of OBS Studio, just trying to get things doing something. So is audio clear? Do I need to mess about with that for another 16 hours trying to get stuff working, or is it alright? Audio is good, excellent. Alright, my boss is FaceTiming me. Well, he's not FaceTiming me, but he's trying to get hold of me on his iPad because everything's frozen, and he wants me to tell him how to deal with the frozen iPad. How would I know? I've never had one. Pick is going to be awful, Derek, at the moment. I'm going to start changing. Now I've actually got it up and running, I'm going to start changing some cameras out in a moment, so you will get some changes happening live as we speak, you see, because now it's gone off altogether. Yeah, there's going to be a bit of background, guys, because I've got printers running, and now you've got no visual. I know you've got no visual. I am aware. Do not panic, anybody. I know that you have no visual. You will have visual in a minute, hopefully. Fingers crossed. We're going to start putting some webcams over, just to try and get some stuff set up. So if you just bear with me. Turn it off and turn it on again. Shut up, you stupid boy Pike. We are going to go and try this one instead. Just trying to get something set up, guys, basically. And it's Sunday and nobody else is about, so I thought I would just try a little something. So let's close that video capture, go into there. Add a video capture device, okay. And we are going to go to... Okay, so we're going to have that coming up now. Do a little bit of a transition. We're going to get some nasty shaky lines, I'm sorry. But that's just the camera and the lights. If I move it up there, like that, it might improve things a little. On the other hand, maybe not. I'm not quite sure how to get rid of that. More light on my face. No, you don't want that. That's the last thing you want. But hi guys. Hello. I'm kind of back in a roundabout kind of way. Yeah. Long time no see, everyone. Been really busy at work. Incredibly busy at work. We opened and within 2 weeks of opening we were full, and we're still full, and I've just had no downtime at all, which has been an utter nightmare. But we're getting there. Things are sort of settling down a bit now, so hopefully I'm going to get some more time to do some stuff. If any of you have been following me on social media, hello Derek, any of you have been following me on social media, you will know that I haven't been totally doing nothing. I've been doing bits and pieces, but nothing major. I'm going to try and stick another camera in a second, so we might lose everything shortly. So where everything goes completely wrong. But just yeah, just thought to bring you up to speed a bit, really, as much as anything. Just let me grab another camera. See if I can sort some bits and pieces out for you. Yeah, I want to start doing some videos, doing some streams, doing one thing and another. But as you're all aware, it takes time, especially when you haven't done anything in as long as it's been for me, because it just means that everything needs setting up again, which can be a bit of a bind. Right, let me see if I can pull that camera up now. I don't think it does. I'm not restarting my machine. You're joking. So let's have a look at the chat. Hello. So we've got Derek, we've got Gusner, we have got Alien Paul. Hello, Paul. We've got Richard. We've got... Did I see somebody else in here earlier on? Andrew. Yeah, Andrew was in here as well. So hello to all 10 of you who have got, or 9 of you probably, because one of them will be me, have got nothing to better to do at 11:30 on a Sunday morning. I don't know who's dafter, you, me, or anybody else, but let's see if we can I'm just going to try and pull that up. Yay! Right, okay, so we pull that up. Let's add that into the mix. As you can see, this has been a long time since I've done any of this, so it's all a bit on the fly, as it were. I'm going to put me into the corner like that, and I'm going to do a trick transition like that. Ta-da! So, yeah, the bear build up and running, doing its stuff, printing away, printing some PTG as we speak. That is for the thing that is hopefully going to get me back into 3D printing. Some of you will have seen 30 minutes, Derek. I doubt I'll be on that long, mate. I'll be honest with you. Some of you may have seen on Twitter that I have found a project. Yeah, basically came up on my Facebook, I think. And it was kind of, oh, that looks cool. I might have a look at that. So yeah, basically what it is a 3D printed RC model of a Land Rover 90 Defender, which is a cracking little thing. Sorry, I've done that so I can't see your your chat. Sorry, I'm confusing myself now. Yeah, but it's a 3D printed scale model. I have no idea where my settings are to capture my screen. So if you bear with me again, let me see if I can sort of screen capture at the same time. It's good here, isn't it? Nobody blink, you might miss something. So add image, media source, window capture. Okay. So let's see which one I can pick. Oh, I see. Oh my goodness. So it's build guide. My goodness gracious me, there's an offer. There we go. That one. I don't know whether that's going to work or not. No, that doesn't work. That's rubbish. If I do it like that, does it work? No, that's rubbish. Okay, I'm not doing very well here, am I, guys? I terribly apologise. This is why there's no, like, been... Ta-da, he's back. It's just boof. In we go. Yes, Gusner, it probably will leak oil. Mine is only leaking... My 110 is only leaking from... it's got a tiny weep from the differential gearbox at the moment. Not the differential gearbox. What am I talking about? The high-low box has got a little bit of a leak on it, but it's only once nipping up. But you know, it's fine. It's got plenty in. I checked it the other day. But yeah, no, it's lovely. It really is lovely. Which is why I want to do it. I'd like to do a 110 version, but they don't have a 110 version as yet. But if and when they do, I will be on it like I don't know what. Right, so let's forget that. That is not working. So let's remove that. Yes. Let's add Pretty purple pink bear. Yeah, no, I'm really pleased with that. Even down to my little bear end caps on the side, look, which won't focus. Focus, damn you! Yeah, that's flexible along with my bear button. And those as well. That where it's written across there. That was all done in a flexible filament, which is over there on the shelf, look. But I was really well pleased with those. Yeah, it's turned out really well. It's printing like a boss. I've got their own version of the foamware running on it. Prusa Mini, no. Personally, I don't think it's worth the money. Personally. But we'll wait and see. I'm sure lots of people will enthuse over it and love it to death, which is fine because, you know, Prusas make nice machines, as we all know. But no, it's not for me, I don't think. I'm not spending money on printers at the moment. It's just not going to happen. Because I haven't got any. Scotty boy. Scott, you've missed nothing. All you've missed is me trying to get the mic working. That's about as far as it goes. Yeah, I've actually managed to get some mic working, so that's good. Oh, what happens if I do that? I am... Oh no, that's not what I wanted either. Sorry, I'm being an idiot. I'm just trying to get screen share up and it's just not doing what I want it to do. But yeah, this is the whole point of this, I'll be honest with you, is just to try and get my head back round OBS Studio again, because it's been a long time. Also trying to get the stuff working again. I don't want green screen, I don't want scene, I don't want video capture. I don't really want display capture, surely that's what I want. Oh yes, there we go. Right, so go into display 2. Right, okay, so I can now show you. Yeah, thanks Scott, it's working like a treat, in fairness. Oh, now this gets where it gets confusing. Right, okay, so I'm just going to do... I'm just going to do a quick transition now. Right, so I don't know whether you guys can see that, how well you can see it, but that's the build guide. Now, it's not cheap. It's cost me, I think it's $40 for the kit, which is just, you get a list of where to buy the stuff from, a list of the parts you need, and it just, full build, right the way through, shows you how to put everything together. Full gearbox, all with bearings. I've had to order 28 bearings. But yeah, it's a real cracking bit of kit. Really pleased with the quality of it, which is the reason why I bought it. But what you actually get is, I don't know whether I can show you. If I go into there, so you get these ready to print G codes. So you've got generic 2020 printer plates, which is a plate which is basically a 2020 build surface with a load of pieces on. So you get enough pieces on to fill that build surface. They've got a generic one if you're using your own printer. A generic one for Prusa printers. There is actually G code for a Mark III. So they're all set. They tell you which order to print them in, as you can see there. Print 0, which is your calibration bit, and then print 1. So you've got your 3 parts of the chassis. So you've got print 1, print 2, and then print 3, which are the 3 parts of the chassis, which are the first bits that you put together. But it takes you through the whole process of building it. Like I say, it was $40 just for the prints and for the instructions how to do it. But just, yeah, really good. I was like, ooh, I've got to have this. So yeah, that's what sort of caused me to... I'm just now trying to get rid of that. Hang on. Sorry, I'll do my transition back. Transition back! Hopefully you've got me back on the screen. I can now go back to there. I've no idea whether OBS has a flicker filter. Shall I have a look? Bilinear area disabled. Deinterlacing. I don't know, mate. I just don't know. Well, I'll tell you what, Scott, although it's 40 quid, well, actually $40, that isn't the most expensive part of it. The most expensive part of it is the RC gear you have to buy, the 28 bearings you have to buy, the nuts and bolts. It's cost me 40 quid for the nuts and bolts to put the damn thing together. So it ain't going to be cheap. But I'm really looking forward to it. I've been trying to find a decent colour match to my vehicle so I could do a 90 version of my vehicle. But again, I shall wait till I've got a bit more cash to do that. So I'm printing these PETG bits. That's supposed to be done in PLA, but I didn't have any black PLA. I mean, you know, I've got shelves of blooming stuff, but have I got any black PLA? I mean, we've even got stuff down there, look. And my protoplaster. Protoplaster! Sorry. Yeah, but no black PLA. So I've changed all the settings to do PTG, and turned out fairly well. I'll show you some bits of focus. So yeah, they've turned out pretty good, and of course they're going to be a bit more solid because they're in PTG, so that can only help. But yeah, so hopefully that's going to get me back into doing some stuff. Like I say, my biggest problem has been time. I've just been so busy. But yeah, hopefully things are moving the right way now, and I've got a little bit more free time. Do you know, mate, I was just about to mention you. Young gentleman down here who's in the chat, just let me do something down here. Just bear with me. Just bear with me, guys. Right. As you can see, Rushmere 3D is down in the chat. He has now just become a one of them blokes with a spanner. One of them blokes with a spanner. If you would like to put links to your website up, young man, please do. Yeah, perfect timing. He's now supplying some really good filament. Please go and look at his website. As soon as he puts it up on the screen for you, he will put you a link to it on. He's got some really good quality stuff. He's basically, at the moment, he's just sticking with PLAs, but he's going for high-end stuff, high quality stuff, and I think it's the way forward. There are enough people out there doing good deals on cheap PLA and stuff like that. It's much better to always have some good quality gear with you. Having said that, I was printing out some wheels this morning for this RC car, which I'm actually doing over there as we speak. There we go. You can see those printing away. Oh, look, there's a sticker on the side of my Sidewinder. I wonder who that is. Yeah, I was printing some wheels, and I found some early silver Prussian, which came when I bought my Mark III. Came with some silver Prussian. Started printing with it, and I kept getting clogs on my nozzle, which was a bit of an issue. And I thought, what's going on here? So leveled the bed again, went through all the usual rigmarole. It's the filament. It's gone bad. I chucked some cheap grey PLA in, and it's printing away like nobody's business now. So that little bit of Prussian I've got left has gone into the bin. So I might need to do a little bit of spraying to get those wheels right. Sorry, I'm just checking my My boss is nattering at me. And I've got emails coming in as well. So yeah, that's how life is. So minute I found out he was doing some protoplaster, I keep calling it plaster, pasta. Got 2 rolls. That is the it's a Galactic Empire Metallic Purple. Is that one, which I really like. And then I got some of the burnt orange, which is up here. Some of the burnt orange, which again is really, really, really nice stuff. Been playing about with that. But yeah, please go and check out the website. Go and look at what he's got in stock. If you buy, if I'm right in thinking, if you buy 2 or more rolls, you get free next day delivery. And you do get free delivery on single rolls if it's 3 or 4 day delivery, I think, for that, but I still think it's free delivery, but I'm sure he'll tell you otherwise. Yeah, it's definitely got wet Scott. It wasn't popping and cracking and doing all that kind of malarkey, but it was just clogging. It would start to print okay, and about 5 or 10 minutes into every print, it was clogging the nozzle and it just wouldn't do what it had to do. It was a pain in the ass. Gusner, behave yourself. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm starting this print off to do this RC Land Rover because it's just sort of giving me a bit of focus. And I just wanted to say, you know, hopefully I'm back, guys. I'm gonna try doing a few build videos for this, but I'll also be trying to do live streaming as well, just to try and get back into stuff. This is going to take a little bit of time to build because I've got to wait until I've got enough money to buy the next bit, because there's controllers to buy, there's motors to buy, there's servos to buy, nuts and bolts I've bought. I've got to go onto somebody's website and buy some more filament, because we've found, let me just check, somebody's going to catch me out before I actually say what this was, but on Twitter I was asking somebody if there was a candy apple red, and of course Filament Frenzy came up with it. Where's Twitter? There's Twitter, there's me, that's me on Twitter. Yeah, dark candy apple red I asked for, and now I can't get in. You know, I'm a techno what's it? Techno prisoners. Gus, I can tell you exactly. Going back to that, because it tells me on the printout with the instructions. It gives me all this kind of information. Just bear with me. Right, so to print this model you will need about 3,000 grams of print filament in total, so basically 3 rolls by the sounds of it. We print our models from PLA material. For motor, pinion and differential gear you can use ABS or CPE filament. As this is better temperature resistance, you can use various colours for chassis body. I'll tell you what I'll do. Why don't I just do that again and let you actually read it for yourselves. If I do that and then do that, is that readable? I can't tell whether that's readable or not. Maybe you can tell me if that's readable. Candy apple red, that was it. Yeah, well, I'm going to have to get that, but I'm going to have to save a little bit for it. But it'll come. It'll come. There's plenty of bits I can do before I get to that. Going to try printing in Is that readable, Gus? Can you actually read that? I don't know whether you can or you can't. Goodo. Yeah, I'm gonna try printing in ABS on the Bear. I would imagine that I can get, because it's not very high off the bed, because they're all sort of fairly small pieces. I think I can probably get away with printing it. Failing that, I know I can print CPE. I have still got some CPE left from printing all the mounts for the Bear. But as you can see, they give you links to all the places you can get the stuff from. Now that's fine and dandy, but a lot of it's out of stock. A lot of the delivery is very expensive. So I am actually trying to get most of it from the UK via eBay, via Amazon. I managed to get hold of a company to get all the screws and nuts and bolts. Yeah, look, there's a bit more information there. Dimensions: 51 centimetres length, 24.5 centimetres width, la-di-da, la-di-dee. Because there's always an excuse for you, isn't there, Gus? Permanent four-wheel drive, all differentials are in a locked state, so whether we can do a mod and make them locked or unlocked, I don't know. That's tweets coming out now. So yeah, I mean, it's, as you can see, there's an awful lot of screws and stuff, but like I say, I got hold of a company in the UK via eBay, and they've done me a pack, so they've done me a kit, everything I need. I sent them a list like that with the extra 20 pieces for either different types of wheels, and they are doing me a kit for 42 quid, which is as cheap as you can get just about anywhere, really. I'm printing the D wheels, those ones, because those ones are the same as the ones that are on my Land Rover at the moment. Those are a more standard Defender Stroke Series 3 steel wheel. Thanks, Derek. Take care, mate. Have a good day at work. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Richard, you can watch what the damn heck you want, but don't get me started on all that, whatever you do. Do not get me started on that. So yeah, it's full systems go. Like I said, there's lots I can do before I need to spend any more money at the moment. I've got to get the servo, because I've got to get the servo into there, but apart from that, there's lots of bits I can print out of order according to their instructions, but get stuff done. I mean, I love the fact that all this gearing, look, it's all properly set up gearing, with all these bearings I've had to purchase if they ever turn up. You know, proper gearbox and transfer boxes, which is just phenomenal. It's just going to be such fun, and such good instructions, as you can see. But a really good kit, so worth the $40. It's probably going to cost, I would imagine by the time I've finished, it's probably going to cost somewhere in the region of probably 150 quid by the time I finish. But we'll wait and see. It'll still be fun, and then I might print some other bodies, so I can change the bodies over and maybe try and design, or get one of you guys that's really good with your CAD stuff to design a back for it, so I can have a hard top back on it, and you know, just start messing about with stuff like that. But yeah, so there will be, like I say, build videos for it with links to everything, and links to the Facebook page for it, and the website, and to where I bought the stuff from and what I paid for it. So if anybody wants to go down the route of doing that, it's all out there for you. Like I say, now Derek's gone, I've possibly got 2 new machines in the pipeline, well, new to me machines to review in the not too distant future. Hopefully, fingers crossed, one is floating in shipping somewhere, and is a full build. It's a TiVo, but it's completely in pieces. It's the metallic green ones. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head. But Banggood are sending me that. But it's a complete build from nothing. So that could be quite interesting in a few hours. I think the last person that did one was Nerys did one about a couple of months ago. But yeah, I've got one of those coming. Cheers, Gus. I'll have a look at that when I finish. So yeah, I've got that coming, and I've received an email from a company saying that they are going to send me their latest machine. And baby, I'm looking forward to it coming, but I can't say any more than that at the moment. Yeah, so that's about it, guys. The place is in an absolute mess because it's been used as a dumping ground for the last 3 months. But yeah, we're on again. We're working at it. We're going to try and get some stuff done. We're going to try and get some content back out there. I appreciate the however many are of you that are still watching me as we speak, of you guys appearing today. I literally wanted to do this just to see if I could get stuff set up again. So the fact that 10 or 12 of you have jumped on and just sort of tried to help me out has been really, really good. So yeah, that's pretty much it, unless anybody's got anything they want to ask me or talk about. Gus, do you have any updates about the sent back to Amazon print? I do actually. Thanks very much for that, Gus. That's really, really good. Yes, just bear with me because I want to give you a name. After my tweet a while ago, there we go. After my tweet a while ago about wanting to get rid of machines, I got a message from a guy who some of you may know from Twitter, a guy called Rob Longhorn, and he lives miles away from me. About 3 hours away from me. And when I put the tweet out, he contacted me through Messenger and said that basically he ran a scout group and wanted to get them into 3D printing. And seeing as I was offering to give the machines away to deserving people, he said, would you class that as deserving? And I was like, absolutely. This is exactly what what I wanted to do with them. So we talked about posting a couple to him and one thing and another, and we ummed and we ahed, and he turned around and said, well, look, best thing I can do is to drive up and pick them up. And I thought, that's an awful long way. He also took a couple to his school as well, I hasten to add, his son's school. And he said, could I have the A20M or the Ender 3, one of the Ender 3s, because then it'll be a worthwhile trip. And I went, yeah, we can do that. Well, then I got busy at work. Sorry, I'm just reading his messages as we talk. Then I got busy at work, so he had to wait until I was sort of sorted. So we got into September before we started to discuss him physically coming up. And so I'm just got to tell you, he finished work. It was a 2-hour 45-minute drive from his house, so he got to me at 9:15 in the evening, which I thought, this guy's made a hell of an effort here. He's driven for nearly 3 hours to pick a couple of prints. And I thought, well, do you know what? They were all in a storage barn that the company owned that I have access to. I took them all out of here and put them all in there. And I thought to myself, well, do you know what? He's come all this way. They're going to a scout group. They're also going to his son's school. He deserves more than just one of the Enders and the A20M. So I gave him the lot. So he got both Enders, both of which had been sort of fairly heavily modded. One had got an E3D V6 on it with a direct drive, a few other bits and pieces that stuff have sent me. They got ABL on them. So I chucked in both of them. He got the A20M. He got the A10. He got the 2 BQ magicians that came back from my daughter's school, because they then upgraded after having seen 3D printing. They got a load of Ender 3s, so they'd come back, so he's now got those as well. And I was also sent a kit from Banggood for another Delta, and I took one look at it in a box, and it was such a mess. So many tiny weeny little screws and nuts and bolts and stuff, but really good for if you want to learn how these things work, putting it together. You know, the way that we did with our A-nets, you know, you build them from scratch, you understand them a bit better. So I turned around to him and said, take the lot. This kit needs building. It's in the box. It's not been touched. If you want to keep one of the machines for yourself to do some printing and bits and pieces with, whatever you want to do, there they are in their entirety. Take the lot. So he did. I mean, he was really, really chuffed. He didn't get home till gone midnight. I made sure he sent me a message to make sure he got home all right. He's done some bits and pieces with them. He's working his way through getting them working to the level he wants them working at before he brings them to the school. But he started printing stuff for the scout group for Halloween, and he's using the A20M and getting some mixed stuff done. So they've gone to a really good cause as far as I'm aware. The guy, you know, went that extra mile to get himself to me to pick them up. So I went the extra mile and said, take the lot, make use of them. So machine-wise at the moment, I am down to, I've got my Ender 3 Pro, which is over there. I've got my artillery, which is sat there. I've got my bear that's there, and I've got my Area 1 Thinker that's there. And that is it. Yeah, I haven't got anything else. I have, oh, and my Photon, of course. So I have got 4, 5 printers now. So it was clear out time. It was time to make some room. Time to get, you know, be sensible. I mean, G-Tech have been absolutely phenomenally good to me, sending me all those printers to test and play with. So were BQ. I'd had my fun with them. I'd done my videos with them. It was time to pass them on. I didn't feel particularly right about making money out of it. It was just nice to pass them on to somebody that can use them. So yeah, that's where they are. So if you check Rob Longhorn, his Twitter is at Rob_Longhorn. You'll see he's been doing some prints with them already. He's having some issues with the BQ Deltas, which I haven't had time to look for him yet. But yeah, no, it's cleared them out for me, and if it gets one more person into 3D printing, I'm really sorry. So I'm just reading all your messages now. Great story, well done. You should make a video about that. Well, yeah, maybe. This video won't be staying up either. I'll wipe this out. This is really just a live stream for you guys. I shall put it on to unlisted once I've done it. It did help clear out the shack, definitely, Scott. It's made for a lot more room, although it's better. You know, what's the point of having them all when I'm using just 2 or 3? So I've got 2 printing at the moment. I've got the bear printing, and I've got the Sidewinder printing. When I move my mic, it crackles sometimes. That's probably my fault. I got kicked out of Scouts. I think it was the first night I went. So fortunately my parents hadn't bought any of the uniform or anything. But yeah, I'd gone to the Scout hut in a little town called Filey, which is where I lived at the time. And it was your typical Scout hut. It was damp, it was smelly. It had been given to the Scout group by the local council because they didn't want to look after it anymore. So it was always a case of trying to repair the roof and stop the leaks, and you know, the windows falling out and everything else. But needless to say, I went there for the first day, and they had an indoor rope swing. And as a young impressionable child, I got sick of waiting to get on the rope swing, so I punched the lad that was on it so I could have a go. And apparently that doesn't go well with the sort of scouting ethos. So I was asked politely to leave and never go back. So yeah, that was one evening. Now I think I lasted about 40 minutes, and my scouting career was over that quickly, and I've never looked back. There we go. Yeah, well, Scott, you know, your printers can sit there and sit there and sit there, and I know you've bought all yours. I mean, there's a difference. Like I say, mine were gifted to me. So you know, it's just one of those things. Gusner, I have spoken to BQ. They're not particularly interested. They appear to have just sort of. They don't appear to be bothered. I said to them, you know, do you want me to do a video on it? No, not really, because we don't really sell that machine much anymore. Da. So they've sort of diversified somewhat. I don't know how their printer's even doing, but they've been a lot quieter recently. But yeah, no, I mean it was just a way of making some space for me, and like I say, just moving stuff onto other people. It's just how it is. Those wheels are coming on nicely. We'll leave them printing away. So yeah, unless anybody, now that I've got that out of the way about the printers, well done Gusner for remembering to remind me about that. Unless anybody's got any other questions or anything to know before I disappear, I will disappear. And I will say thank you so much for tuning in, all 10 of you who are still watching, and 5 likes, so that's pretty good going. I still have I still have a Patreon should anybody want to support me. I think I've got 2 Patreons left, which is absolutely fine. New Thinker S. Yeah, now, do you know, I looked at that, Scott, and I've looked at what they've done to it, and it's not much of an update, in fairness. They've corrected the problem with the carriage eccentric nuts, which I fixed in 5 minutes. And I don't really see they've done a great deal else to it. They offered me one at a massively reduced rate, should I wish to have one to do a comparison, but I couldn't actually see the point. It was, I mean, it's still, it's over there. There's my original one, look. Still sat there. It does get a bit of use every now and again. When the S came out, it actually sort of made me turn that one back on. I like it because it's a big format printer. It has its slight issues, but yeah, it's not a bad machine. But I wouldn't, if I owned a normal one, I wouldn't buy an S on top of it. Tom, good morning. Very nice of you to bob in and say hi. It's great this, you know, these people that are just coming out the woodwork. I mean, it's hardly like I put anything major sort of, Matthew's back on, hey, the world is back. You know, I've put test as my title and just whacked it out there. So yeah, no, it's all good. So yeah, I'm going to go and grab something to eat. It's lunchtime. I need some lunch. Next printer I want is large format. Well, Scott, you could always start saving now for when Prussia's next machine comes out, however many years that's going to be. That's going to be an interesting machine if they go with what they've said they're going to go with, which is 400 by 400 by 400 Core XY. That could be a really nice machine. Could be a really nice machine. I'd love to get hold of a Core XY machine, a proper Core XY machine, not like an Ender 5. I want a proper Core XY machine. That would be the next big step for me, because I'm very much interested in how they work, with the fact that the bed just goes up and down, and it. I know there's a lot of pulleys in them and there's a lot of tweaking to do, but a good Core XY will. It's the next machine I lust after. I don't lust after anything else. I've got what I want, really. Yeah, so I'm away. Thank you all for tuning in. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, so Michael's just woken up and he's seen my ugly mug first thing in the morning. That cannot be good. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you want to support me to maybe get this thing with the Land Rover move forward a bit quicker, you can do so through Patreon. You can do it through Streamlabs, which I still think I've got a link somewhere for. You can do it through PayPal. You can just do it by turning up when I do a video and show me support by being here. That's as good as anything. But keep your eyes open, because there will be more videos, there will be more live streams, there will be more senseless chat and guff, which is what I'm known for. But yeah, I'm back. Now I've got to try and work out how to stop the stream. Good luck, everybody. See you later.